Okay, so generative AI, it's completely changing the game for creators, right? I mean, the possibilities are just incredible. But it also brings up this huge question. If you use AI to make something, do you actually own it? That's what we're going to break down right now.
And this is the dilemma every creator is facing. You're the one putting in the hours, you're guiding the AI, but does that mean the final piece is legally yours? Now, the answer isn't a simple yes or no. It's a little tricky, but trust me, by the time we're done here, it's all going to make perfect sense.
So why is this even a question? Well, it all boils down to this one foundational legal idea, and it's called the human authorship rule.
Okay, so here's the deal with human authorship. Basically, copyright law says that to be an author, you gotta be, well, human, a person. And AI, as amazing as it is just a program. It's not a legal person, so it literally can't hold a copyright. The law just doesn't see it as a potential creator.
So let's put it side by side. Super simple. If a human creates something, yep, copyrightable. But if an AI generator just spits something out on its own with no real creative push from a person, nope, not copyrightable. That's our starting line, the fundamental rule we have to work with.
And probably the best way to wrap your head around this is with this really simple but honestly perfect analogy. Think of an AI as just another tool in your toolbox. It's like your camera or your keyboard or, yeah, a paintbrush. The paintbrush doesn't get credit for the masterpiece, right? The artist holding it does. It's the exact same principle.
And that right there is the key. This is where everything shifts. We move from here's the problem to here's the solution. Because if the AI is just your tool, the big question becomes, how do you prove you're the artist and not just, the person who clicked generate?
This brings us straight to the solution, and it's all about a simple but really powerful change in how you think about it. You need to stop thinking of your work as AI created and start thinking of it as AI assisted. That one little word change, it's everything. It's the key to making sure your work is protected.
Okay, so what does AI-assisted actually look like in the real world? Let's walk through an example. Imagine you're a visual artist and you want to create a brand new character.
So, you fire up an AI, you type in a prompt, and boom, it gives you a basic character design. And hey, it might look pretty cool, but that's all it is, a starting point. That raw image, on its own, probably isn't copyrightable. It's just a machine's output, lacking that human spark. But then, you, the artist, you step in. This is where the magic happens. You take that design and you make it your own. You tweak the facial expression to give it a certain emotion. You design a whole new outfit for it. Maybe you change the lighting, the background. You're injecting your story and your style into it.
And what you have at the end, it's not the AI's image anymore. Not even close. It's a completely new, totally transformed piece of art that screams your creative vision. And because your authorship is now undeniable, that final piece is something you can actually copyright.
Now, this idea isn't just for pictures and paintings. The very same logic applies to all you writers out there. So let's switch gears and see how this works for a story.
You could ask an AI to give you a story outline, and it'll do it. It'll probably give you a pretty standard hero's journey, a basic plot, but it's going to be generic. It has no soul, no unique voice. It's just the bare bones, a skeleton.
And again, this is where you come in. You take that skeleton and you bring it to life. You add the muscle, the heart, the personality. You build a world so detailed no machine could dream it up. You write dialogue that pops off the page. You pour your own unique authorial voice into every single sentence.
Okay, but the big question is, how much is enough? How much do you have to change something to be able to claim it as your own? Luckily, there's a pretty good way to figure that out. Think of it as the human intervention test.
It's basically a 3-part checklist you can run your work through. First, selection and arrangement. Did you do more than just take the first thing it gave you? Did you pick, choose, and combine elements in a unique way? Second, modification. Did you make substantial changes, not just a tiny tweak? And third, the big one, creative direction. Was it your vision, your originality, that was in the driver's seat the whole time? If you can confidently say yes to all 3, you're in a really good spot.
Here's a super simple way to think about it. If you tell an AI, give me a blue circle, and it gives you a blue circle, well, that's not copyrightable. It's just a blue circle. There's zero creative input there.
But what if you take that circle and you use it as one small part of a totally unique logo you're designing? You stretch it, add your own custom text, throw in some cool effects. Now that's transformation. You've turned a generic shape into something new,
something that's yours.
All right, let's wrap this all up into a simple playbook, your creator's guide to copyright. These are the best practices you can start using, like right now, to make sure your work is protected.
Number 1, document your process. Seriously, keep a record of everything. Your prompts, what the AI spat out, and all the edits you made. It's your paper trail. Number 2, always inject your unique flavor. Your personal style, your little quirks, the stuff only you can do. And finally, number 3, transform, don't just tweak. Go for big, meaningful changes, not just fiddling with the small stuff.
At the end of the day, here's what it all comes down to. You are the architect. The AI, it's an incredibly powerful assistant for sure, but it's just there to help you build your vision.
So from here on out, as you're using these incredible tools, just keep asking yourself this one question. Is my creativity leading the machine? As long as the answer is yes, you're not just making cool stuff. You're building a creative legacy that is truly and protectably all yours.